don't think I've ever been as furious as I have been in my life. Hey everybody, my name is Gabby and this is We're the Allisons. My husband is not here again because I'm at home and he's not. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that one of my biggest frustrations is my freelancing site. They're just really bad with customer support, and one of the only ways I can reach them is through Twitter. So I go on Twitter a lot to vent or to ask for help, and I rarely ever get help. But even though you probably know the company, I'm not going to mention their name just in case. I don't think that I can be legally held accountable for my opinion of their site or how they treat their creators, but I just want to be extra safe and not say anything. If you want to, you can always find out by going to my Twitter. I have the right to have free speech. I'm not contractually obligated to them. So for those of you who don't know what freelance is basically work that you do like outside of a contract, if that makes sense. I have a full-time job, and at that full-time job, you know, I work 8 hours, you know, there's a contract, you know, all that kind of stuff like that. With this particular venture that I have, there's no contract. I get work when it comes. People can come to me and say, I want you to do this, that, the other for me. Now, I use a platform for this, obviously. And like I said, I'm not going to mention the platform name. You can find it out if you want to. Just go to my Twitter. This is my Twitter handle. Go look if you're curious. I joined this platform when I was still in college because I wanted to make a little bit of extra cash outside of my work study opportunities. Your girl had a car and gas that she needed to put in that car, so I basically wanted to do this for myself, and so far I've made about $3,000 in the last 3 years, and my cat just jumped up right where the tripod is sitting. So after I graduated, I took a bit of a break from it, and I came back later. I was really successful on the platform until I ran into an issue with a buyer, which arguably isn't the fault of customer service, but at the same time, they're obligated to kind of help both the seller and the buyer in the situation, and they just don't do that anymore. They used to be really good about that. Now they don't do that anymore. So I have 2 horror stories I want to tell you guys about. One of them, at the time of this recording, is actually still happening. So the first horror story I want to tell you about is actually one that has a long history. So I actually worked with this one particular client, and he was based in the UK. Basically, he would have me writing press releases and articles and blogs and things like that for people, and he kind of like was reselling my stuff. Like, he would charge them like $80 and then have me do like a part of what they would get out of that $80 for $5, which is like really bad, but it was an easy way to make money, and I was fine with that. He basically kept coming to me, and we had this kind of like working relationship where I wrote like a ton of articles for him. He was pretty understanding about my schedule, which was good, until not too long ago. So basically what started happening is he would send me wrong information or incomplete information, and I would tell him, are you sure this is right? Or I would say, can you get me some more information? And he would say, that's all I have, just go with it. And so I would write an article, and some of these articles were like 500 words, some were 1,000 words. And keep in mind, I have a full-time job, and I'm doing this like when I come home from work or over the weekends. Like, this is a side gig, and I do all this stuff outside of my other job. This is like so much extra work, which is fine because I signed up for it. I'm not complaining about that. In the past couple of months that we were working together, he started to come back with a lot of edits, and the edits would be significantly changing what I wrote. I started getting suspicious that he was keeping the article that I gave him and having me change the article completely, so he got a new article for free, because you can't, like, once they have it, they have it. Like, you send it in a Word document, they have it, and then they can do whatever they want with it. And if you send them back another one, they have that too. Basically, I started getting suspicious that that's what he was doing, because all of the time he kept coming back to me with edits that were not what we agreed upon. I was like, you know, I shouldn't have to make all of these changes because of your mistake for free. Like, if you want to pay me extra, I'll be happy to make the changes. He had a habit of accepting and rating my articles before he actually looked at them, and he never ever had a problem with anything with grammar or anything like that. It was always the content, and the content was based off of the stuff that he would send me. So obviously sometimes the content was wrong because he didn't get the correct content information from his customer. So one day he does this stunt again, and I think it was like a 1,000-word article, and he sent me back like a bunch of edits that the person wanted to make, and that completely changed the article that I wrote. So me being suspicious that he was doing this, I put in a request to cancel the order with him, and he of course denied it. I put it in again, he denied it again, and so I had to go through customer service. So there's this one really great customer service representative who works there who's always been so accommodating and helpful for me, and he canceled the order without a problem. While I was waiting for customer service to handle the situation, I was going back and forth with this customer, and I was telling him, you know, you want me to rewrite something because of your mistake. This has happened several times. How do I know you're not keeping both articles, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling him that, and he was basically saying, you know, you offer a revision, which is true. The revisions that I offer have to be understandable. Like, if, you know, if you look at your article that I write for you and you say that, you know, I misinterpreted something on your website, that I completely understand fixing. Now, completely changing the content of the article to me is not understandable. So basically, he was telling me how he was gonna rate me poorly and all that kind of stuff like that, and I was like, well, I'm going to be canceling the order, so you're not gonna even be able to rate me. I was so heated. I think that was the most heated I've ever been about anything in my life. He was sitting here threatening to do this, that, the other. He was just like not somehow comprehending what he was doing to me, because he wasn't, you know, like freelancers are often abused because people think, oh, well, they're not attached to a company, so they're gonna do all this special stuff for me for free, and that's just not the case. Like, if you're a freelancer and you're watching this, please put down in the comments like your worst experience, because I really want to know if it's anything like this experience, because honestly it frustrated me so much. Fast forward, and the customer service agent that I told you was helpful for me changed the order and canceled it for me, so that was really good. I go on about my day, everything is fine, and then I check my dashboard on this platform and I see that this person somehow rated me a 1 star, and he basically put that the quality of work has gone down. Like, he put all of these things that he's never said, that he didn't even say to me in a private conversation. And I basically messaged him and I said, how were you able to rate me? You shouldn't have been able to rate me. And he told me and sent me screenshot proof that he talked to a customer service agent that wasn't the one that helped me, who helped him change a previous rating that he already gave me. And I'm like, how can you do that? How can you do that? Because my rating affects, you know, how many people can see my stuff, how many people will order from me. It affects so much stuff. Why in the world would a customer service agent help this person? On top of it all, he kept harassing me and kept trying to order from me. And I told them, I don't want him to be able to order from me anymore. Can you please block him from me? Can you look into him? And they said, yeah, we're opening an investigation into this guy, because they could see all of the messages he was sending me that were threatening, that were just like completely untrue. I never heard back from customer service. I went to customer service and I tried to remove the negative rating. I told them that a customer service agent had helped him continue to harass me, and they said, oh, well, we can't remove it. He can rate me and then I can rate him, and so his ratings show up on his stuff. And I basically told them, I told everyone that could see that he is reselling, he is asking someone to do subpar work for you, because I was looking through his ratings, and so many people were like, no one that he works with can speak English, like none of this is in proper English, the grammar is bad. And then there were good ones, which I think were my stuff. That was so frustrating. I actually had to put my account on like private, because I was so scared that he would keep ordering from me, or he would keep doing these things to harass me or messaging me. And I didn't want him talking to me anymore, because he was honestly like, that was so frustrating, because he got the last word and he didn't deserve the last word. And customer service did absolutely nothing to help me. And so super frustrated, and that's pretty much the end of the first story. I haven't heard from him since, so that's good, and I really hope I never do. The second story is ongoing. One of the things that's important to note about this platform that I use is that in the past couple of years, people have gotten increasingly frustrated with them because they keep raising their interest rates. They're getting a lot of commission on this kind of stuff, and people are obviously frustrated with that. And someone came to me asking me to do some articles and blogs for them, and they requested that I send them a custom offer because they didn't want to have to pay individual fees to order individually from me. And so I agreed because I've had a lot of customers who have had that complaint, a lot of customers who want to do it that way, and I haven't really had any bad experiences with customers like that. So I went ahead and sent it to him. He said he needed one of them back that day, and then after I sent that to him, he would send me the other stuff. So I was like, okay, I've never really had that happen before, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So I do the first article for him, which is 500 words, which is $5. So I deliver the first article, and I'm expecting to hear back from him rather quickly to get me the other article stuff. So I don't hear back from him for like the rest of the period that I have to work on this. He doesn't send me anything. And so I contacted customer support again. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I told them, like, I'm gonna have to accept this order so I get paid, but this person should get $20 back or whatever the change was. I just wanted to get paid for the thing I had already sent him. I don't think it's fair for me to be punished because another person's not getting me their stuff. So I go ahead and I click deliver order, and I send him the one article that I've done for him. Go about my day, everything is fine, and I don't ever hear from customer support about giving him the money back for what he didn't get delivered to him. So a couple of hours pass, and I check my email, and I have an email from the customer support team, and basically the email says that I have violated their terms of service and that I have lost all of my ratings on the site. By ratings, I mean this particular platform has like level 1, 2, and 3, and then they have like a pro, and I was a level 2 actually before the first story happened. I had lost my levels because I had to go into private mode so this person wouldn't harass me because customer service wouldn't do anything about it. Then when this happened, I lost all of my levels because they said I violated the terms of service and said if I do it again, I will be basically kicked off of the site. I was obviously frustrated at this because I had contacted customer support and they didn't say anything to me about we'll handle, we'll get you your money that you're owed, nothing like that. Instead, they tell me because I didn't send him everything that he ordered, I violated their terms of service by clicking the delivery button when I wasn't really delivering anything, which I was delivering something. I was delivering the only information that he gave me at the time. I said, I've already had a bad experience with your customer service team because one of your customer service team members helped me while the other one helped someone who was harassing me. And now you're telling me that I am not protected as a creator on your site and that even if I've already delivered something, I'm not going to get paid for that. Eventually, though, they canceled the order and he ordered again and gave me all the information and it went fine. So he basically told me at that time that he was doing something or he was away on business or something like that and he couldn't get onto the site, so he couldn't communicate with me. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody has those things. It's not purposeful, and so I'll forgive. I got paid for the first thing that I did and all the other things that he had me do, so that was good. Flash forward and he does the same thing again. He says, I really need this one article in 24 hours, and I said yes, and then I said I need all of the articles at once please, and he didn't send it. So this time, instead of putting in a request for an extension, I canceled the order as I was told to do. I requested to cancel the order. So he comes back and he eventually gives me all this stuff and I say, I need more time. He gives me more time and everything's fine. So flash forward to now. Yesterday he messaged me, says, I need an order for 4,000 words, which is $40, which is good pay. And I basically said, what's your timeline on this? And he said 4 days, and I was like, there's no way. I tell people 500 words per day. I have a life, like I'm not single. There's all kinds of factors, and I don't have the time to sit down in 4 days and write 4,000 words. And that's what I like about Freelance, is you can make your own schedule. I tell him I can't do that, and he basically says, okay, we'll send an offer as soon as you can for a delivery time that works for you. So I say okay, and I was at work at the time, so I couldn't send him the delivery offer. I get an alert on my phone because I have the app for this platform downloaded. He has submitted a request for me to do 3,500 words in a day in 24 hours. He's asked me to do it in 24 hours. After I talked to him and told him I couldn't do that, I message him and I say, look, dude, I told you I needed more time to do this, and he didn't message me back. So I put in a cancellation request, hasn't messaged me back. Now keep in mind, this whole time, the clock is counting down. I have 24 hours. As soon as it reaches 24 hours, which it's probably done by now, it marks it as late and it pulls my scores down. I'm frustrated at that, and I'm like, I'm gonna contact customer service. And it's supposed to stop the clock. Like, in the past, it stopped the clock when you put in a cancellation request, because why should you be punished for someone not getting back to you, right? So I decided I wanted to contact customer support, not only to cancel the order so that my rating doesn't go down, I also wanted to report this bug where the time stops, but it's not really stopped. Like, it still counts down and will affect certain ratings and all that kind of stuff. I go online, and they have like an online ticket system where you go on and you basically give them the order number, tell them the problem, you can upload files. I write this big long paragraph that basically explains what's going on with this customer and also the problem and why it's bad. And I go to click submit, and it says that the delivery has failed. So I can't even submit a ticket. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I went on Twitter and tagged them and their support team, and I went on their Facebook page and tried to message their Facebook page. No response from either one. One of the interesting things I saw, and hopefully I can put some of them up on the screen, under some of the articles that the platform had posted on Facebook, there were so many people who were upset about their experience with this platform. Like, so many people were like, do you guys know any other platforms? You know, why are the rates so high? Why is this? Why is that? And of course, most of the time they don't answer back. And it just further pushes me to think I need to find something else. And that leads me to telling you why I haven't found anything else yet, and this heavenly light is beautiful. So I haven't ventured out and looked for a new website, honestly, because I'm kind of scared to rebuild my reputation. I have some repeat customers. I have some people who really think I'm talented on that site, and to leave that site and go to another one and have to rebuild my reputation, which I'm kind of already doing now, it's kind of hard. It's hard for me because I already feel like I don't have enough time in the day or enough energy, and then, you know, to add on top of that, I need to find another place to sell my things. I think that that's really hindering me from moving forward and trying to find something else rather than staying in this position that I hate being in. I love the customers for the most part. I just hate the customer support. I hate how they treat sellers on the platform. I just really hope that no one goes to this platform. I really want to say the platform name, but honestly, you probably saw on some of the screenshots that I shared anyway of the comments. So those are my 2 horror stories for freelancing, and hope you like it. Hope it made you laugh. Hope it made you angry. Maybe if you freelance, make sure you go to a great platform that really supports the sellers. And that's all I have for you today. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching another video from We're the Allisons. If you liked this video, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to check out some of our other videos and follow us on our social media sites. Thanks for watching. See you next time.